Hey y'all, how's it going? We are talking about everything that you need to know about being an engineer in Battlefield 6. I'm talking from your guns to what your gadgets do to everything. So if you like this video, let me know how I'm doing. If you subscribe, you'll know when I'm dropping another video. So without further ado, let's get on into it. Listen up. So you're gonna have 4 classes in Battlefield, okay? You got your assault class, you got your engineer, you have your support, and your recon. Your assault class is basically the ones that are going to be going for KDs. They're the ones trying to shoot and push. Then you have your engineers. What we're trying to do is we're trying to take care of the tanks, any kind of land or air vehicle, at the same time dropping something called mines and helping out your teammates with your RPG. Then you have your support. They're going to be your medics, basically. They're going to be rezzing everybody. Then you have your recon, your snipers, aka they like to hold a mirror in the sun and let everybody know where they are. So first things first, we got the engineer class, and the engineer class is, I personally think, the most important class because you're responsible for keeping the tanks alive, keeping the helicopters alive, and most importantly, RPGing the heck out of everything. But there's more to it than that, so let's go ahead and break this down. First things first, you have your repair tool. This is just to repair vehicles, land and air. So if you see that it's going down, run on in there and use your repair tool to go ahead and fix it. Second, we have our main gun. I personally like the SGX. That's personally one of my favorites, but you just have a main gun. Second, you have your pistol. I use the ES57. If you have a better thought and you like something different, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear all about it. Then you have your gadget. Your gadget is basically your RPG. I personally like the MBT Law, and that is specifically because it will guide itself to the enemy vehicle and execute a top-down attack. So that way it kind of helps a little bit, although the RPG 7v2 is pretty darn good as well. So you get to choose anywhere in here. So you could do an RPG, you could do an EOD bot, you could do a supply crate to help with your tanks resupply, anything that you want. I personally would go with one of these. Next, you have your gadget, okay? Your gadget too is important. So you could choose anything. You could choose a supply crate, you can do a mine, you could do a bot, you could do the slam. Listen, if you're gonna be an engineer, put down the mine, okay? I'm telling you right now, put down the mine. And then you have your grenade, and then you have your melee weapon. I personally choose the sledgehammer, mainly because I like to take down buildings to help out my snipers, to help out my tanks so that they could spot the enemy hiding in buildings. So now that we know everything that we need to do, let's go ahead and put it into action. Number 1, always look at where you're going. You don't always just have to look at the map and try to find a tank. There are enemies around everywhere, just like any first-person shooter. So look alive and stay alive. Second of all, your torch. Yes, it's very, very important. So go ahead, heal up your tank, because the longer that tank stays alive, the better off you are to pushing objectives, okay? Help out your friends, because then other people will see what you're doing and try to help you. I cannot tell you how many times I've played a game, and this has actually helped us win and go to victory. You can also use your torch to destroy the enemy tank like this. By doing so, do 2 things. Look alive and stay alive. Look around you. With every tank, there's about 4 or 5 engineers ready to support it. So before you go and take an enemy tank, look around and get rid of any of the enemies before destroying the tank. 9 times out of 10, you may not make it trying to destroy a tank when you're up close to it. But it has been done. I've done it. It is so fun. But I want to hear how you take out a tank. Next, we have the Land Pancake, aka your mine. You get a handful of them every respawn, okay? You get a handful of these Land Pancakes or mines every time you spawn in. So make sure you're dropping these down near objectives. Do we need to hold B? Do we need to obtain the D? Either one. I need to look at the road. I need to look at what's going around. I could put down this mine right here in this location to figure out, okay, if this tank goes over it, I can at least do some damage to help my teammate. Think about it. The great thing about these mines is when you die and come back, those mines stay there. So put down your mines, but be very careful. Not only can it destroy enemy tanks, it can also hurt your friends. So be cautious of where you put down your Land Pancake. Next, when you get into the game, even after you die, go in with an RPG. It doesn't just take out enemy tanks. You could take out buildings as well and possibly push your enemy back and or take them out. Utilize the fact that you have all of these things at your disposal. And if you run out of ammo, which is a common thing with engineers, grab somebody else's ammo. I can guarantee you that Bob McGee somewhere out there dropped their gun, pick up their loadout, and keep going and hope to God that there's a resupply. This is a shout out to everybody else in their classes. Drop the resupply. Now, this is everything that you need to know about being an engineer. I really hope that you found this helpful. While it seems very obvious, I cannot tell you how many times I've played games where people did not know what their class did, and which is exactly why I decided to make this video, hoping that somebody out there sees this, finds it helpful, and just continues on to victory. So there will be more videos like this in the future. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you next time.